Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Kraus. But before we begin, if you guys could please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notifications. We drop videos here every single week. So with that said, Cash, what are we doing today? We're bringing it back. Finally.
Yeah, it's a special day, Mason. I've always loved these movie news, and we haven't done one in a very long time, but I think it's going to be something that we start doing more of.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Because I think people need to hear the news.
Oh, they
and
most
not that
certainly.
shitty real news, like, we're bombing a country or whatever. This is the news that
drone
matters.
Strikes, don't care.
Drone
Movie news,
strikes,
care a lot.
school shootings, they
Yeah,
happen.
they do.
But I need to know what's happening with Jay Leno.
Absolutely.
Okay? I need to know.
That's the one we're starting with
I
today.
need to know, is Jay Leno alive, okay?
Well, reports come in. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
How could you not?
But wow, man, oh man. Jay Leno suffers serious burns
Being
and
turned into a Batman
gasoline
villain.
fired.
Yeah.
Now, you might be wondering, where does this guy ever be around gasoline?
Everyone knows.
Not a very big car guy, doesn't like car. No, guys, he's got like 1 million cars. Everyone knows this. It's Jay Leno, right? He flaunts them all the time, but he's 72 years old. And unfortunately, there was a gasoline fire that took place in his garage, and I guess he got severely burned.
Let me tell you, Mason, you ran up to him in the street and you had a microphone in your hand and you said, Jay Leno, how do you think he just died? I would say gasoline fire.
Yeah,
in a
or a car accident.
Yeah, I would say gasoline fire, 100%. But it is pretty serious, I guess. He did burn, like, the left side of his face. They had to, fly him to a special burn ward.
Burn ward, and he canceled all of his stuff for the rest of the week. He'll be in the hospital for a while.
Yeah, but the story, I guess, says that his eye and ear are okay.
Good to know.
Which makes me think that it was a question of if he was going to make it or not for his eye and ear, I guess, at least.
Well, I also wonder, too, if the gasoline may have sprayed upon him and then he lit fire,
It is called some kind of fire. I can't remember what it was called, but it's like a flash fire or something where it happens super fucking fast. Yeah. But when you're rolling around in, gasoline and fumes and whatnot, it's going to happen,
Oil.
Jay, it's going to happen. He's got like 300 cars or something.
Yeah, he does. He's quite the car head.
He's crazy, for sure. Gearhead. I believe.
What'd I say?
Car head.
I'm an idiot.
but
I don't know anything about cars. Didn't even know they had gears.
And the man loves denim.
He does.
He will be buried in a denim suit, and you got to respect him for it.
I guess so.
You got look at he's happy.
Well, he spends too much money on it. Yeah, I know he is happy. Look at him. He's a smiling guy, but he spends too much money on cars. Not enough on his apparel.
Not at all. Man. That's hand-woven denim.
It is.
That's a Canadian tuxedo.
Nice and soft, too.
Kidding me? That's beautiful. All right, we're moving on. Jay, rest in peace. Or,
yeah,
do whatever.
Breaking news, did not make it. We're just getting live. No, he's going to be okay.
I'm going to move on to some brighter news, a cancellation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in the news. HBO is canceling WESTWORLD.
Yeah.
Viewership for the pricey drama shrank from 12 million to 4 million over the last season.
In Cash, I just want to say I was one of those 8 million.
I have not caught up to the new season, and I've liked the show.
Well, I like the show a lot, but the last season that they made, it just wasn't, I don't know, there was just something lacking there.
No, but you haven't watched this current season.
No.
That everyone's saying is amazing.
No, because I didn't like the season before.
That's unfortunate, because everyone's saying this season is like as good as the first season. A lot of people are really hyped up on this third season.
You know what, then? You know what? They might be doing this for publicity because companies do this.
No, it's axed. Dead.
No matter what, even if they get the viewership up to
actually,
where
this is the fourth season, actually. Sorry. I think this is the fourth season that they're at. But no, they had plans through a fifth season.
Yeah.
And they've completely given the axe. They said it will not continue, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, though. There was no promotion for this season dropping. I had no idea, and I'm someone who has kept up with this show. I'll probably watch an episode or two tonight.
Yeah, they say the move was met with surprise. The writing had been on the wall. Season 4 wrapped its run 2.5 months ago, so season 4 that they're on now. And HBO took its time with the renewal decision, sources waiting to see whether the season would find a viewership in HBO Max. It was the first time that WESTWORLD has not been renewed while it was on the air. Yeah, In other seasons, like season 2 would drop mid-season, they'd be like season 3 happening, no matter what.
So I wonder again.
It's
I know you disagree here, but I wonder if because they're not completely closing the door on this. Is not what it sounds like. Yes, they are coming out publicly and saying, "Oh, the viewership is down, therefore we're not going to renew the season." But it is completely plausible and within the line of what companies do to wait for all those numbers to come in later on, assess it about 4 months down the road and go, oh, wow, okay, now we got enough viewership because everyone's scared it's going to get canceled.
That's very optimistic of you.
Because I'll tell you from my perspective, in my mind, I look at that and I go, oh, no, you're telling me season 4 is really good? I'm going to go watch that whole season.
Maybe that would be the case, Mason, had HBO and, of course, not gone through another merger very recently to where they are axing many properties.
They are.
This is one of them that is getting axed. That's optimistic view, and I totally can see what you're saying, and I could totally think maybe old HBO before the merger, before Discovery took over, that maybe that is something that would be clever enough to risk and do, but no.
Hey, it's all about eyeballs. It doesn't matter good or bad. Like, you get stuff like this, people are going to tune in.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see, of course.
Yeah, for sure. My bold prediction is they are completely done with this show. It is one of the more expensive shows for sure, and that 12 million to 4 million shrunk viewership is enough to get guys in suits in board meetings very scared.
Well, and you also have the new installments of Game of Thrones, House of Dragons that cost well over $100 million to make. You know,
and like I said, with the merger, they are cutting things. We've seen a lot of things cutting. They are cutting their HBO Max, a lot of what's going on HBO Max, and the whole thing was to see if it had some kind of life on HBO Max, which it did not.
Yep.
So that was the last chance, really. Unfortunately, because they say the 4th season does not really work. The conclusion does not really work without the 5th season. They said they were really kind of setting it up for that 5th season. That was already written by Jonathan Nolan, which is Chris Nolan's brother.
Yeah. So I do want to talk about this, though, because in this Hollywood Reporter report, it says, to be sure, Joy and Nolan and even HBO had plotted a 6-season journey for Westworld just ahead of its 4-season renewal. Joy and Nolan exited their deal with Westworld producers via Warner Brothers Television for a 9-figure pact with Amazon.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
I think it'll be a different something with Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't.
So they might pick it up.
They don't have the rights. I don't think to Westworld at all. No.
Interesting.
Because that would completely take Westworld off. HBO's never done that with any show. They've never let another series take on.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not like
because they always
Expanse.
have those. They always keep playing them, and you can always see them again. All right. Well, that is it. R.I.P. Westworld.
R.I.P. Westworld. Another hit to the world.
Gone too soon.
You know what? Since we're on the topic of cancellations, should we just bring this one up here, Cash?
Let's keep the good news rolling.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling, guys. Another cancellation.
This one not as important because it never was made.
No.
Yeah.
But Margot Robbie was obviously in talks about a year or two ago when this whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation was going on. She was going to partake in being the new female lead for Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
Yeah, not playing Jack Sparrow,
not playing
but
Jack Sparrow,
a
different storyline in Pirates of the Caribbean. There were 2 different types of scripts that were written, one on the Margot Robbie side, and then obviously they had the backup for Jack Sparrow if they were able to get Johnny Depp back. Well,
they didn't. This was before they knew, like, what was.
Of course, yeah. This was well before the defamation trial, before Poopgate, before all of it. You know.
That's the first time I've ever said that.
We can say that with a straight face. It's absolutely
that did happen, though.
It did happen, 100%.
A grown woman did take a shit in that man's bed.
Here's the thing.
It wasn't Margot Robbie.
If it's Margot Robbie or Amber Heard, hey, if they need to go and they need a pillow to use, it can be my pillow.
Margot Robbie, maybe. Amber Heard, of course, after all this, maybe if you got me 4 years ago, I'd be like, Amber Heard, why can't you do shit on my chest?
I don't care, whatever you want to do.
But now I know she's just absolute psychopath. I wouldn't allow it because it's an escalation thing. It's a slippery slope.
But then you get accused of something, and you're like, whoa, hold on, you just shit on my pillow.
Yeah, but
and now you're accusing me of something?
This guy was asking me to shit on the pillow.
Right.
And you're like, come on, I
was. I am kind of a weirdo, but come on.
Then you're in a tough spot.
You're very true.
But yeah, Margot Robbie announced to new in a Variety Fair cover story that the female-fronted Pirates of the Caribbean is dead at Disney.
Whoa.
Variety has reached out to the studio for comment. It was announced in June 2020 that Oscar nominee, so 2 years ago, that she'd be the star of the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie at Disney, written by Birds of Prey screenwriter Christina Hansen. So probably would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, and she actually even had this to say. She said, we had an idea and we were developing it for a while, ages ago, to have more of a female lead, not totally female-led, but just a different kind of story, which, we thought would have been really cool, but I guess they don't want to do it now. Although she doesn't go into specifics, Margot Robbie comments along with Bruckheimer, early update, imply exactly how Disney is viewing the continuation and why exactly they canceled it. So they don't even know why.
I always thought that the Pirates of the Caribbean whole franchise could work better as like an anthology where each movie is its own story. There's so much to explore there in that world.
There's so much you could do for ages.
Handcuffing themselves to a guy, say what you want about him, like Johnny Depp, was a bold move.
Yeah.
That the fact that you don't think he's going to end up doing something off the rails at some point, So I thought they would have worked even from the first one. You could have moved from Johnny Depp, but that movie made so much money that people weren't prepared for how much money he was going to make.
And I really like that idea of an anthology series where it's a Pirates of the Caribbean story. Like they're just these individual standalone shows. Yeah. A show where you could do like a 6-part.
There's no character
anthology.
in the ride. There's no main character in Pirates of the Caribbean, right? It's just
not until
pirates.
they added him.
Yeah. Which, don't get me started on that. But yeah, there's no story. It's just pirates. So you have so much in this world, but it's like, now that you have to plug him in and everything, it's like he's teleporting places. He becomes Han Solo.
Which again, I do want to make clear and clarify this, at least from my perspective. I won't speak for you, but Johnny Depp deserves to make movies again. He deserves to come back because everything that was the accusations that were thrown at him, not all of them were true.
Yeah.
So, if he were
to come back, he's probably still a weird guy, but
sure,
not to
the lengths of what was going on.
The worst things were not true. He's not going to come back as this, and honestly, I don't give a fuck. The last Pirates of the Caribbean movie sucks so bad,
right? Of course,
that's like it was a big paycheck for him, but he was phoning it in. I don't.
Well, they literally the whole earpiece and everything else.
And
but
people hated working with him.
Again, guy was going through some stuff filming that during the filming of that.
But he also came. He's also notoriously
drunk.
Known for, all the time, and he's known for coming like that, two roles unprepared.
Well, it's so funny. He'll go to Children's Hospital and they're like, play him, and he's like already playing. Hold on. It's rum. It's rum.
It's so great. Johnny could come in full costume, and you're like, oh, no, he didn't dress up.
Literally, this is how
we picked him up from the airport, from LAX, like this. Yeah,
there are bad days.
It's a lot of beads. Yeah. It's a lot of bracelets.
It is
a lot of leather. A lot of accessories. Johnny always says,
the more the better.
Some people say, don't leave the house, take off 3 accessories. He adds 3 before he goes. But yeah, so who knows? They're going to do something with this Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. It's just a moneymaker. Yeah. They'll get some young guy to do it, probably. Jack Sparrow Jr. All right, let's move on. Do you have another story?
Do we want to? We'll hit up on this one just real quick. We kind of already saw this coming. I mean, you can't replace the great Indiana Jones, but Indiana Jones...
You can't if the guy dies.
Well, that's very true. Indiana Jones 5 director James Mangold confirms that Harrison Ford's character, obviously Indiana Jones, will not be replaced.
Yeah, so no new character, I guess, no new actor playing him is what he's saying. Well, of course, that's one.
Well, he was saying that because there's a lot of rumors and speculation right now that they're going to do this last Indiana Jones film, and there's going to be a new Indiana Jones at the end.
Yeah, which that, of course, is kind of cleverly saying that someone can't, it's not off the table that someone can't take up the mantle.
Which I don't want to see. I would like to see this just end with Harrison Ford. We don't need to have any more Indiana Jones or
yeah, I mean, really, you've explored
Colorado Jones or whatever.
You've explored those tombs well enough. Is there anything left out there that he hasn't stolen?
No, of course not.
And put it in a white man's museum?
You get the Ark of the Covenant. I mean, after that, it's like in the Holy Grail. What more do you need?
Not only that, but the last one. Now we're in the 50s now. I'm like, is he gonna be fighting North Koreans? That's not as fun.
I think so.
That's not as fun as fighting Nazis.
That is not. Trust me, it's not. And it gets even worse in the 60s.
Yeah, so
he's gonna go into the Viet Cong.
Yeah.
Jungle warfare,
the
baby.
scene
Guerrilla
of them
warfare.
cutting. Yeah.
Booby traps and all. He's not going to have a good time.
It won't be a solid rock. It will be just spikes with shit on them to
he's not
give
gonna
you
be-
gangrene. Just
Right.
a long, painful death. But yeah, kill him off, let him die. It's not really Indiana Jones-esque to kill off your main character. But this man cannot do this much longer.
Well, he's Harrison Ford's in his 80s, and he's in his mid-80s.
I heard a show where they're like, Henry Cavill is getting a little too old to play Superman.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Oh, no, he is 80,
Let's look back. Harrison Ford is 80 years old playing any. The guy doesn't even have powers.
No.
He's just
a
dude
man.
with a whip.
Yeah.
With a whip.
I hope we don't see him swinging or doing anything goofy.
You won't. No, I think James Mangold is a great director. He did Logan. He kept Logan very grounded, very real.
Yeah, that's very true.
He wasn't like Logan was doing things that he could do.
Oh, my hip!
As long as you're keeping him out of the cockpit.
Yeah.
That's what you need. You can't.
I mean, there'll probably be some car chases and stuff like that, which is all realistic, but
it'll be probably set. It's got to be set in the 60s now, right? Which is cool. That's a cool time to have it set. He's punching hippies. He hates hippies. He's got to hate hippies. But so I don't know what they're going to do with it. But he will not be replaced.
Nope.
That's great.
That is confirmed.
That's great. Okay, let's move on. I got some more Disney news.
Oh, fun.
This is one, Mason, of all the films that I love as a kid. Yeah. I loved Aladdin. And I love Hercules.
Okay, so I got to tell you a crazy story. You're going to be like, what? This is wild. Are you serious? I'm dead serious.
Buckle in, folks.
This was one of the only Disney films as a child I was not allowed to watch.
Why?
And, because I was raised in a Christian household that there shall be no other gods before you, and Hercules was a god. He was a fictional god, and I was not allowed to watch it.
He's a Greek god, though.
Exactly. Well, hey, baby, there's only one god.
Did they think that maybe if you watching Hercules, you could start worshiping the old Greek?
I think so. I think that was the mentality. This is the 90s. It was a different time.
Maybe you'd start wearing togas and reading scrolls.
Right. Scrolls, yes.
What a slippery slope.
So it was, I've actually never seen this film. I've never seen Hercules.
That's fucking... You got to go back and watch it now, dude.
I've seen clips, so I know what the blue guy looks like.
80s.
Yeah, but I'm still scared to watch it.
James...
it looks a little scary.
Let me tell you, man, I got real into pottery after I started watching it, and that was the big thing for me. Yeah. I can't believe it, man. It's it's an underrated Disney Renaissance era. It was like on the tail end of the Renaissance. So some people don't say... But it's great, man. That's Phil, that little tiny guy, is played by Danny DeVito.
Yep. Yeah.
I can't believe that, man. You were really missing out on that. Because that's like everyone 100%. I knew as a kid fucking like
loved Hercules.
Hercules.
Well, and I remember going to McDonald's, getting a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
And they had Hercules toys.
They went hard on it.
And my mom was like,
didn't
let us have them at
There's
first.
worse Disney films than Hercules.
Oh, for sure.
That you 100%. Should not be showing.
Yeah. But it was a weird thing where we weren't allowed to watch it because of the gods and stuff.
I mean, your mom really had to go out of the way to avoid you watching Greek mythology, anything. Then
yeah, pretty much.
She had to, there's so much stuff that's in Greek. And
I know it was really weird because I feel like I have so many different avenues of like my childhood because it went from like crazy strict like that to like willy-nilly you can do anything in a matter of 10 years. So I had a weird childhood.
Because they probably realize there's no point at all in being this strict is you're living in the world with every other kid and you're going to see it. And hiding it is not preparing you for it.
Right.
Letting you see it and letting you be prepared for it is the best way. But completely shielding you from it, it's just proven not to be the best way.
I'll never forget, man. I was so pissed. Nintendo 64, I'm going to bring it up real quick. Love the Nintendo 64. It's still the greatest console of all time.
They had a Hercules game for it.
Yeah, right. Never owned it. But of course.
Stay far away from that.
No, but I don't know if I've ever told you this, but there was this satanic panic craze in the late 90s.
Yeah, it happens every 15 years.
15 years.
I think we're about to start one now.
Some audio leaked on the news or whatever. I don't know because I was young, but it was the Pikachu theme song backwards was "I love Satan, I love Satan." So all of my Pikachu games,
your parents
Pokemon,
are just buying anything.
All of them were gone. Well, they did at one point. They don't now.
They were drinking the Kool-Aid, my guy. Oh,
well,
my God.
Sucks.
That's a great
Took
fucking...
down back my Super Smash Bros. Took my picture
Super Smash
game.
Bros?
Because
The Mario
Pikachu
Brothers
was in
never
it.
knew.
Doesn't matter. Pikachu was in it.
Duh.
He was one of the
sucks
guys
they
fighting.
added him later.
They did. It was
So you were really
unfortunate
hoping
for me. Yeah.
So you're probably the only kid. Every other kid was like, please add Pikachu. And you're like, oh, God, don't
I was like,
add
take
Pikachu.
this little fucking yellow thing out
I
of
can
here.
only play strictly Christian games.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough, man.
Please add Moses to Smash Brother.
Please. Then they'll let me keep the game. Well, they did add Samson, just a different one.
What? She was a Christian. She was everyone of that.
Well, yes,
Oh,
but Samson from the Bible, the one with the hair.
No, it's not the same Samson.
Well, I told him as a kid, I said Samson.
They believe anything.
And they said, "Oh, that is Samson from the Bible. It's just like him."
If we hear it, we believe it. You said enough, my son. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really weird.
I was homeschooled too, so
I think you would I think if you would go back and enjoy Hercules if you watched it now.
Well, I love the Renaissance era. It's my favorite era of
you can't beat that 2D animation, but it's really good. It's super violent. He's kicking ass the whole time. But they are remaking, of course, because they're cashing in on our childhood. This is one that you might like the live action more than Disney live action Hercules will be more experimental and inspired by TikTok, says producer Joe Russo. Is that the worst headline you've ever read in your life?
It's not the best one I've read in my life. I can tell you that much. I do respect Joe and Anthony Russo, but why?
I'm quickly losing respect for them.
Why TikTok?
What are you going to pull from there?
What happened on TikTok to make you want to make a whole film about it?
Well, in this week's cover story for Variety, filmmakers Joe and Anthony Russo are clear that their dedication to their own independent studio. They opened their own studio, AGBO, Agbo, I don't know. So they're staying away from Marvel, but they are staying close to Disney because you love that money. Yeah. They won't be ready to do anything with Marvel until the end of the decade, says Joe Russo. It's weird. That guy plans a lot. The Russos, however, already returned to Marvel parent company Disney through their production company, producing a live-action 1997, based on the 1997 animated feature Hercules, with no other than Guy Ritchie, the same fucker who ruined Aladdin. They say this guy will do anything. Get him back. And Guy Ritchie, who I used to love, used to do gangster films, has really just sold out in the worst way. Yeah. This is horrible.
That last one, though, with Matthew McConaughey wasn't too bad.
It was the last of his, after that, he's like, I just need money. Yeah. I need money bad.
I don't blame
These
him.
London taxes are hurting
Killing me right now.
They say we have an amazing relationship that they built with Disney over a decade, and I think we have a point of view of how they can stretch the limits of their IP moving forward rather than playing magic. So it's going to be experimental and based on TikTok.
Okay.
Sign me the fuck up to never see that film.
Yeah, no, we talk about it. We talk about it all the time. I am so tired of the remakes. I'm so tired of the live actions. Now, I can't really have an opinion because I've never seen Hercules, but just go with the flow here because, Pinocchio, Lion King, the list goes on and on and on. At some point, make original content. I don't understand why we're not doing more Pixar films. Pixar is always original ideas, man, and they're always really good.
Yeah, they're fucking that up.
Put your money towards that more than making these cash grab live action films that no one's going to care about. And I really hope that people quit supporting these live action films so we can go back to Disney actually making original content again.
Well, yeah, I think there's a way that you can do it to get or remake these ones that weren't as loved or well received originally, but you got to make it good, and so far none of them have been good.
No, Pinocchio was trash,
except for the Jungle Book remake, which was done by Jon Favreau, of course. That guy, anything that touches that guy turns to gold. But yeah, it's and I guess they abandoned him ever remaking another film, and they're sticking with Guy Ritchie, who can only make. But, there's been so much Hercules stuff already. A new Hercules movie comes out every 2 years. The Rock did one. Yep. That it really has to stand out, to be something special. And it's just going to be one of those mundane Hercules films that has nothing special at all. Because they'll butcher the music. They'll do everything. It'll be all done for money and not done for the art. Yeah. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a lot of fun. Cannot wait.
For sure.
I just want to touch up on this real quick. So Robert Downey Jr., we all know him, Iron Man himself, one of the biggest actors in Hollywood right now to this very day. But a lot of people did not, I mean, we did obviously, but a lot of people did not know about Senior, Robert Downey Jr. Senior, or Junior Senior, Robert Downey Senior, Robert Downey Jr. Senior. I don't know, whatever.
He was originally just Robert Downey.
He was until, his son too. So there we go.
Until that bastard came along.
But, his father was a filmmaker and kind of that counterculture filmmaker.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of...
a very controversial figure in Hollywood and a lot that people did not like to work with.
Right,
a lot because
course.
he did so much. He always did stuff to stick in the craw of the elite, for sure. And people did not like... Surprisingly, those guys did not like giving money to someone that's going to make them look bad.
Right. Well, and he was definitely very anti-establishment too. Made a lot of enemies. As you said, was not very well liked.
Polarizing figure for sure. Like his son was too. His son was very polarizing.
But this documentary that he made takes place in the last 3 years of his father's life, who was dealing with Parkinson's for a while, and actually goes all the way up till the day of death with his dad. And this documentary, Robert Downey Jr. has been putting together. He's been in the editing room for the last year. And it's actually, the trailer just dropped for this. And it's supposed to be released sometime real soon on Netflix.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be interesting. I'm sure they have a strained relationship, as most actors and their children do.
And this article talks about quite a bit of that, of all the nuances in their relationship, whether it be the good side, the bad side. But overall, Robert Downey Jr. loved his father. But this is set to release December 2nd on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just in time for award season.
Yes.
Maybe.
Could get an award. You never know.
I wonder, does it say at all if, is Robert Downey Jr. directing this?
I don't think so.
I wonder. That'd be interesting.
He actually might be directing something like this. So, I mean, why not? He's the one who's putting the whole film
exactly.
together.
It does say that he was in the editing room. So
he was in the editing room and everything. So we could almost say yes on this, but we don't really know.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. But I'll definitely check it out. I do like Robert Downey Jr. He's definitely won me over the years. And now he's like this cool he doesn't do coke anymore.
Yeah.
Now he's like the cool guy who used to do coke.
Right.
He's got like a million stories.
Those are always the best guys, like Joey Diaz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the coolest guys around.
Yeah, because those guys always live crazy lives. They're not a lot of them live to tell you those stories.
But the ones that do,
and to get sober,
some of the best
and
people.
then they just start smoking a ton of weed.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Robert Downey
an
does.
absurd amount.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Joey will light like 5 of them up. I'm like, dog.
Yeah, and I think Robert Downey Jr. is right there with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that would be interesting. It's always cool to see people talk about their parents pretty openly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm sure it was
like I did with my Hercules story.
You opened up, Mason.
I did.
You really fucking opened up.
Really
that
did.
is
you guys are welcome.
That's a hard story to tell.
It was a hard one.
And I
it
keep
was
that one
tragic.
too close to your chest because there was some people that will
It messed
get
me
angry.
up. It messed me up for a little while.
I'm sure, bro. Everyone's wearing the fucking Hercules merch. I had a fucking Hercules shirt. Everyone had Hercules shirts. Action figures.
I didn't get any of it.
The Big Push.
I missed out on that entire experience.
So many games, so many tie-ins.
Well, think about the Pikachu cards, Pokemon cards. I couldn't do Yu-Gi-Oh! Either.
And you missed out on a banger theme song, too, bro.
I know.
That theme song.
Gotta catch them all.
I want to be the very best.
I'll never know.
Backwards, huh?
Never know what it's like.
Saying all over.
That's what it was, dude. I remember my parents playing that for me and being like, this is why.
Well, we can play you I Love Saying over and over again, but we can't play me the actual song. Here's what you should have said. Mom and Dad would have never played that thing backwards.
Yeah. Why did you ever play that backwards? Why did you even care? What are we doing here?
Now I know. Now I've always played it backwards.
Yeah, now it's like the less you know, the better. Like, this is propaganda. Oh, my God, damn, propaganda. What is propaganda?
I'm 4. This is too much. See, I think they're scaring you a lot more than Hercules would have scared you.
I think so in hindsight. Yeah, probably. Probably a little bit more.
100%, man.
Good times.
Good times for you to be a kid.
They were fun times. I do miss my childhood.
Yeah, there's a lot out there that you maybe shouldn't have been watching, but fucking Hercules, you got to go out of your way.
That is true.
Almost to find the fault in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... people are not worshiping Zeus anymore. It's not
just
even
not happening.
Child will do.
No.
Well, Mason, I think that was a great start to getting back
really
to
was.
our movie news.
You know what's weird, Cash, is I just looked down at the time, exactly 30
That's what we
minutes,
do, man.
almost
That's how
like
good
we're
we are.
professionals.
That's how
it's
good
almost
we are.
like we've done almost 600 episodes.
We're getting
now
there.
where we just know what we're doing.
We're getting there, my guy.
All right, everyone. Well, that is our movie news episode. If you guys like what you've seen here, let us know in the comment section if you guys like this edition. We're bringing it back. We're going to start doing it regularly.
Yeah.
Smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause. And until next time.
Bye.